Jai Hind students, today we are going to start the new chapter, chapter 8, quadrilaterals. First we have to know what a quadrilateral is. If you take three non-collinear points on a plane and if you join those 3 points join them in pairs, then we will get a figure known as triangle. Now, if you mark 4 points, 4 collinear points on a plane, and if you join them in pairs in a particular order, then we will get a line segment. Now, if you take 4 points, if you mark 4 points on a plane in such a way that 3 of which are collinear, that means 3 points out of 4 points are lying on the same line, and if you join them in pairs in a particular order, then the figure so formed is a triangle. Now, if you mark 4 points on a plane in which no 3 of which are collinear, that means out of these 4 points, no 3 points out of these 4 points are lying on the same line, and then if you join those 4 points in pairs in a particular order, then the figure so formed is a quadrilateral. So this is a quadrilateral. Now we can have 4 points, we can mark 4 points like this also on a plane, and if we join those 4 non-collinear points, these 4 points in pairs and join them, then we will also have a figure so formed. We will have a figure called quadrilateral. This is also a quadrilateral. Now, both are quadrilateral. Then what is the difference? This quadrilateral is known as convex quadrilateral, and this is known as concave quadrilateral. This is convex because each angle here is less than 180 degree, but here one angle in this figure, one angle is greater than 180 degree, that means reflex angle. So in a very simple way we can say a quadrilateral is a plane closed figure bounded by 4 line segments. Now let us see what are the parts of a quadrilateral. Suppose this is a quadrilateral ABCD. Then what are the parts of this quadrilateral ABCD? So there are sides. How many sides? There are 4 sides. What are the sides? One is AB, another is BC, CD and DA. So AB, BC, CD and DA. Then vertices. What are the vertices? Vertex A, B, C and D. So vertex A, B, C and D. Now what are the angles? Here angles formed: angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D. Angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D. Now if you join the opposite vertices, then we will have a line segment that is known as diagonals. Now how many diagonals are there in a quadrilateral? So if you join A and C opposite vertex, then we will have AC diagonal, and if you join B and D vertex, then we will have another diagonal BD. So these are the parts of a quadrilateral. Now, next we will see what are the types of. So first we have to see if we have a quadrilateral, then what is the sum of all the four angles. So let's see that first. So what is the sum of the angles of a quadrilateral? Suppose this is our ABCD quadrilateral, and before doing it geometrically, first we will do an activity. Suppose this is our quadrilateral ABCD. This is our quadrilateral ABCD, and if you cut this quadrilateral along the diagonal AC, then we will have two triangles. Now we know by the angle sum property of a triangle, the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So sum of the three angles of this triangle is 180 degree, and sum of the other three angles of this triangle is also 180 degree. And then if you join these two triangles together, then this quadrilateral is formed. So 180 degree plus 180 degree, that means 360 degree. So sum of all the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. Now we will prove it geometrically, and for that first we have to join the diagonal AC. So AC diagonal is joined. Now let us name this angle as angle 1. This one is angle 2. This one is angle 3. This one is angle 4. Now by the angle sum property of a triangle, we have in triangle, first we are taking up triangle ABC. In triangle ABC we can say angle 1 plus angle B plus angle 3. Angle 3 is equal to 180 degree. Suppose it to be equation 1. Now another triangle, in triangle ADC, we have angle 2 plus angle D plus angle 4 is also equal to 180 degree by the angle sum property of a triangle. Now adding 1 and 2 we get. Now when we add two equations, how to add? So we will add their left hand sides first. So left hand side of first equation is angle 1 plus angle B plus angle 3, and left hand side of the second equation is angle 2 plus angle D plus angle 4. That is equal to, we will add their right hand side, that means 180 plus 180, 360 degree. Now by rearranging the terms, we can say angle 1 and angle 2, let us take them together, then angle B, then this 3 and 4 we will take them together, plus angle D is equal to 360 degree. Now from the figure it is very clear, angle 1 and angle 2 together it will form angle A. So angle A plus angle B, 3 and 4 together it is giving angle C plus angle D is equal to 360 degree. So finally we have got sum of all the four angles, angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D is 360 degree. That means sum of all the four angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. This is known as the angle sum property of a quadrilateral. Now we have to see what are the types of quadrilateral, how many types of quadrilaterals are there. So types of quadrilaterals. Now the first type is known as trapezium. trapezium. What is that? Trapezium is a quadrilateral, we can say, in which only one pair of opposite sides are parallel. So here in the figure, ABCD is a quadrilateral in which AB is parallel to DC. So AB is parallel to DC. So when in a quadrilateral only one pair of opposite sides parallel, then that is known as trapezium. Next one is parallelogram. It is also a parallelogram. It is also a quadrilateral in which both pairs of opposite sides parallel. Here only in trapezium only one pair of opposite sides parallel, but if in a quadrilateral both pairs of opposite sides parallel, PQ is parallel to SR and PS is also parallel to QR. So here, when in a quadrilateral both pairs of opposite sides parallel, then it is known as a parallelogram. Now rectangle. We can say rectangle is a parallelogram in which one angle is 90 degree. Rectangle is a special case of parallelogram. Rectangle is a parallelogram in which one angle is 90 degree. And when it is a parallelogram, that means both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. And now the fourth one is rhombus. What is rhombus? Rhombus is also a parallelogram in which all sides are equal. So here all sides are equal, PQ, QR, RS and SP. And when it is a parallelogram, that means both pairs of opposite sides are also parallel. That means PQ must be parallel to SR and PS is parallel to QR. Now next one is square. Square is also a parallelogram in which all sides are equal, and not only that, one angle must be 90. And when it is a parallelogram, again here also we can say opposite sides, both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. So AB parallel to DC and AD parallel to BC, and not only that, all sides are equal, AB, BC, CD, DA all are equal, and not only that, one angle must be 90. So this is called square. So square is a parallelogram in which all sides are equal, and not only that, one angle is 90 degree. And the last one is kite. So what is that? Kite is also a quadrilateral in which two pairs of adjacent sides are equal. So here MN is equal to NO and PM is equal to PO. So MN is equal to NO and PM is equal to PO. So kite is a quadrilateral in which two pairs of adjacent sides are equal. So today we have first seen what a quadrilateral is, what are the parts of a quadrilateral is, and then we have seen what are the types of angle sum property of a quadrilateral we have seen, and then we have seen the types of quadrilateral. So next day we will have to learn some theorems. So take a good care of yourself and bye.